Yeah, there's a common belief that conflicts are created by different opinions. I disagree with that totally. It's possible to have very different opinions and not have any conflict. The conflict requires, in addition to different opinions, of course, if everybody agrees, there's no conflict, but conflict requires an additional condition than different opinions, and it's some limited resource, some scarce factor that people are competing for. Only when that is the case, a conflict arises. As, for example, you have two candidates but only one position, and one manager wants candidate A and the other manager wants candidate B, but managers can only choose one of the two. Then you're going to have a conflict. But the conflict is not because they like different candidates. The conflict is because there's only one slot for two different candidates and they disagree on which one of the candidates should be the one to occupy the slot. If suddenly you told these two managers, okay, I'm going to give you an extra slot and you can hire both, then there's no more conflict. You just get to hire both, and they will say, I prefer A, well, I prefer B, okay, we'll hire both and we're fine. So the essential question is not why people disagree, but how do you resolve the disagreement in the light of the scarcity that is present? And that transforms the conversation from one about who's right and who's wrong to one where two people are trying to decide how to act when they have different views of a same situation. And that's much more collegial, collaborative, much more possible for people to inquire and try to understand, why do you think what you think? See, most people tell each other what they think, but very rarely people tell each other why they think what they think. And when you understand why, those reasoning processes can actually influence you. And there's an integration of the diverse perspectives until the two or multiple people that are having this conversation come to enough of a shared point of view that they can make a judgment call. And this is the key. They don't have to agree. They have to get enough of a shared point of view that they can all live with some decision that is made according to some process. It doesn't have to be consensus. The best is if everybody agrees on the content, but it's possible that people don't agree on the content and they still agree on the decision because they recognize, for example, that the majority can choose and the rest will go along, or there's a person in authority that has the ultimate decision power in case that people disagree, or there's a subcommittee that is going to make a decision because it has been empowered by the group as a whole, or so on. So creating richness from the differences, it's a function of realizing that what matters is the choice, not who's right, and shifting from who has the truth to how are we going to make a decision when different people have different perspectives.